What's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming at you with another word of encouragement for today. So, I don't know if some of y'all know this. This week is Holy Week, and Christians from all over the world are celebrating Jesus' final week of life. And so, Holy Week kicked off yesterday with Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday was the story of Jesus coming into the city of Jerusalem. And everybody's celebrating them. Kids are out in the street playing. They're laying palm branches and their cloaks all over the ground, and they're like, "Jesus, you're so great. Welcome to the city. Thank you for coming. Be our King. Hosanna in the highest. Praise in the highest." Like they're giving them all this clout, right? And it juxtaposes the way they treated him at the end of the week as they're screaming out, "Crucify him!" Right? So you got Palm Sunday that was yesterday, and that kicks off Holy Week, right? Today is Holy Monday. And so Holy Monday is actually the Jesus, as he's in the city, right? He goes into the temple. And so the temple was one of the wonders of the world at the time, right? So you have people from all over the world that would come and celebrate Passover, and they would all be there, and they're having sacrifices, and they're having food, and usually it's like a big event. The Romans were in town, so that was some beef and some conflict there. But you have all these people when they come into town, right? When they would try to go into the temple, they couldn't bring money from their hometown. They had to bring their money, and they had to come and exchange it. It was like a foreign exchange joint right there in the temple. And so they would get there, they would exchange their money. Sometimes they would buy animals, because if people were coming from far away, they didn't want to bring their animals to do a sacrifice at the temple. The sacrifice was for them asking God for forgiveness. This is the ancient Near East, and they used to do animal sacrifice. So that is what it is. And so they're at the temple, and you got all these people out in the courtyard, right? And so we enter the scene. And this is the word of encouragement. This is the verse that I wanted to bring to you guys today. It is Matthew chapter 21, and it's called Jesus Cleanses the Temple. It says, "And when Jesus entered the temple, he drove out all who sold and bought in the temple, and he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. And he said to them, 'It's written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you make it a den of robbers.'" So you're reading this story, and you're like, what is going on? Unless you got some context, it's hard to know what's going on. Essentially, Jesus is telling them, Jesus says, this is my Father's house. This is my house. So how are you going to come in and make it something it's not? This is supposed to be a place where people come and commune with the living God. How are you going to make it into a place where you're making money? See what Jesus knew what was happening. The money changers were there, and they were exchanging some goods, but they were also skimming a little on the side. You know what I mean? So Jesus is like, nah, this is not what this is designed for. And his disciples understood later on after he died, because they remembered this verse where it says, the zeal from the Lord for the Lord will consume me. And they understood, like, Jesus was consumed. He had this zeal for God's house being purely a place where people could come and commune with God. And so here's the encouragement, right? We look at the New Testament, and we see that Jesus, though the temple was there, the temple's not there for us. It's not like we journey to the Middle East to go to the temple anymore. Matter of fact, it's not even really there anymore. But now, when we come to the New Testament, God has set up shop, not in a temple made by human hands, but in a temple that was fashioned by his own hand. And that's within us. And so we look at it, the zeal that Jesus had for cleansing that temple, how much more zeal will he have for cleansing our temple? And I know a lot of us go through stuff, right? Like we all got our vices. We all have our down days. We all have those times when somebody cuts us off and you just want to go hunt them down. We all got that person at work, you know what I'm talking about, that you just, all of us have something. And because God considers us such an ordinate place to live, like as the Spirit of God is living inside of us, he considers it such an ordinate place to live. He enjoys cleaning house. And so as you approach this week, my encouragement for you is allow Jesus to cleanse the temple. That next person that just rubs you the wrong way, instead of getting all worked up and cursing them out in your brain, I talked to some of y'all, I know what y'all be thinking inside your minds. Pray for them. Wish them well. That next person that cuts you off as you're driving down the road, don't try to speed up and do like a Tokyo drift behind them and just to kind of make them mad. Wish them well. Pray for them. Maybe they got something else going on in life. Pray that they would have their temple cleansed, so maybe they stop driving like an idiot. I'm just saying, this application has so many avenues. But as you approach whatever happens to you this week, as it starts to, that anger or that vice that you have, drinking, smoking, like whatever, like watching stuff you're not supposed to, whatever it is, as that thing starts to well up inside of you, allow Jesus to come through and just clean it out. Because as the word says, he's zealous to do it. Like he really wants to. And I think once that starts to happen, we start to enjoy our lives a little bit more. Like things don't see as gray and dreary all the time. So that's my encouragement for you. Hopefully all of you are doing well. I'm excited to walk through this Holy Week with you all, especially doing these videos. And as always, I know y'all watching. Some folks that are watching are not subscribing. Please subscribe. That way it helps me get the word out to more people. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Hit me back if you want to engage with some of this stuff. But as always, I love y'all, and we'll catch you tomorrow for our next passage within Holy Week. All right, grace and peace.